edition.
With a golden opportunity to close out the Boston Celtics tonight. Game 6, Madison Square Garden, especially after Jason Tatum's heartbreaking Achilles tear. Who cares about that? In Game 4, the Knicks have come out hungry. They're going to come out locked in. And we got to come out emotionally ruthless. Boston is wounded right now. But wounded animals are dangerous, especially when pride and legacy are on the line, and them boys are champions. So we gotta take the bull by the horns tonight. We gotta catch them by the jugular and finish them. Finish them so that we can be next up in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm predicting Cat's gonna go for like 23-11, and Brunson's gonna go for like 36-11. All right, we gotta stay the course and meet them boys in the Eastern Conference Finals. This is the moment. The Garden is Brunson's cathedral. He's been playing like a superstar all postseason, but now the challenge shifts. Don't let the moment overwhelm the mission. What Brunson needs to do is a few things. He has to set the tone early. Don't ease into the game. Attack Derek White. Attack Drew Holiday. Attack him off the dribble. Demand switches. Keep the pace on his terms. Brunson got to punish Boston into the pick and roll. We need to see more of that, especially with Towns. If Horford or Cornette switches, you got to exploit it. If Boston traps, hit the release man fast. He has to trust his guys. He can't do it alone this game. He doesn't have to do it alone this game, but also be clutch. If this becomes a grind in the fourth quarter, which it probably will, everyone in MSG and in Boston knows who's taking that shot. Brunson has to deliver again. He has to. This is where moments are made of, legends are made of. This is what he said he came here for. And you know that might be what he say after post game once we close it out. Not just to lead, but to finish. We also need OG Anunoby to step up and keep the Celtics cold today. Without Jason Tatum, Boston's scoring ceiling is severely limited. They don't know who to get that from. But OG still has to smother whoever becomes the next man up. That's more than likely Jaylen Brown. What OG Anunoby needs to do is stick to Brown like glue. Pause. Bars. No open catch and shoots. No easy post-ups, no middle drives. Jump past those lanes. Because without Jason Tatum, Boston's ball movement should be more predictable. OG's length can create live ball turnovers. But most importantly, OG needs to be ready to shoot. Boston will help off him to clog Brunson's driving lanes. He has to knock down those open corner threes, as he always done. Just continue to do that. And this could also be one of those silent MVP nights from OG, where his defense doesn't light up the scoreboard, but it wins us the game. That's the type of contribution we're looking for from OG Anunoby tonight. And Josh Hart, the heartbeat, he bled last game, so he has some get back to get. The team feeds off his effort, and especially at MSG, with a closeout chance, the man is going to play like he drank 4 Red Bulls and a gallon of cement. That's what he's going to be coming with. Josh Hart needs to do a couple of things. First, he got to keep doing what he's been doing. He has to dominate the glass. He's the best rebounding guard in the league. And second chance points will swing this game. So he has to be on this game in terms of that. He also has to push transition. Boston is thin, so we got to run them into the ground. And we know he's going to make hustle plays. He has to dive on the floor, tip out missed free throws, force backcourt turnovers. He needs to be the chaos agent. He needs to bring chaos. And you can bet that Hart is going to try to rip Jaylen Brown's soul out of his chest in this one, since he tried to dive for loose balls in the last game. But once again, you see where I'm going. You see the pattern that's developing. It has to be everybody's contribution tonight. And when it comes to Mikal Bridges, silent assassin. Bridges doesn't need to go for 30. Knicks fans, calm down. But he needs to be the calm between Hart's storm and Brunson's brilliance. This is what McCall needs to do tonight. He needs to knock down his open threes. If Boston goes zone or helps off the weak side, Bridges has to make them pay. Be the secondary scorer. If Brunson is blitzed, Bridges must attack closeouts. Hit the mid-range shots like he does. Make smart cuts like he does. But more importantly, the man needs to defend like he's back in college. He needs to defend like a Villanova psychopath. He and OG will take turns on Brown. Don't give that man any rhythm. This is his game. This is a game that McCall can tilt with quiet dominance like he's done in moments in previous games. But this is what everybody is talking about. This is what most surface Knicks fans are criticizing. What is that Karl Anthony Towns matchup going to be? And with Jason Tatum gone, Boston's only hope is to muck the game up, pack the paint, win ugly, keep Karl Anthony Towns in foul trouble like they have. So he must use his versatility to bend their defense until it snaps. Karl Anthony Towns got to show up today. He has to show up today. He got to stretch Horford and Kornet out of the paint. Put up at least 6 threes today. He has to hit threes early to pull the bigs out and open up the floor for drives. And then mix it in. Punish small ball lineups. If Boston dares to go small, feed them in the post and make them pay with force and finesse. That's what Cat does. That's what he's been doing since he's been in the league. But he has to stay disciplined on D. Don't get dumb fouls. Try to contest without swiping. Karl Anthony Towns can absolutely swing this game, especially if he plays like the best big on the floor that he is. But something that I absolutely love is that we have a healthy Mitch Robinson this late in the season. Mitch got to defend, rebound, and destroy. We need him to do that this game. This is where Mitch earns his money. Paint protection, second chance chaos. Mitch needs to own the glass tonight. Nobody on their side, Kornet, whoever. I don't care whoever's there. Tatum's gone. Mitch needs to be a one-man wrecking crew in the paint tonight. Protect the rim like a bouncer at a Velvet Rope Club. This is New York. No free drives. No layups. Control the lob game. If Boston switches too much or blitzes Brunson, the lob is going to be there for somebody. And it's going to be devastating. If Mitch is dominant, Boston can't win. If Mitchell Robinson is dominant, Boston cannot win. So I'm looking forward to this game tonight. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be hype. Knicks fans, this is going to be the close. No mercy. Boston is down. Let's step on their necks. Don't play with our food. We need to step on their necks. Next, we got to take care of the ball tonight. Don't let the Celtics hang around with easy buckets off turnovers. Take care of the ball. Next, we got to close out every quarter strong. We're trying to be a championship team. We got to win at the end of each quarter. Those momentum killers or spark plugs, they're done. And MSG is going to be a war drum tonight. We need to feed off of it and don't let it speed us up. They got to use us. They got to use the crowd to ride that emotional momentum without losing discipline. If the New York Knicks can do that, then we're sending the mother flipping Celtics home in 6 games. There's not going to be a game 7. We will send them home. No flight back to Boston except your final flight. Their final flight. And then we'll move on to Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals. They scrappy. They're going to test our depth and our pace. But with our confidence and cohesion and the Garden crowd ready to rumble, come on, B. This is it. Tonight we need to protect the Garden. We need to close the door. We need to send them Celtics golfing. Let Jaylen Brown try to drop 40 if he wants. Let him try to get that moment. But if Brunson runs the show, OG locks him down, and the rest of the crew plays Tom Thibodeau basketball for you haters, then the Knicks are going to the Eastern Mother Flipping Conference Talk to me. Knicks in 6. Brunson drops 34, like I said, 34, 36, and then he waves the appropriate goodbye to Boston and all the other fans. MSG's going to go crazy, and the legend of every player on a team grows. What are we talking
Knicks
about?
Daily Edition.
Knicks Daily Edition. Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to life that applies to our team. If there's no struggle, there's no progress, whether it's out there in the real world or here in these YouTube streets here at Knicks Deli. Everybody eats. I'm your boy Sheer. Last game tonight. Peace.